Hello learners, today's lecture is on customer focus in supply chain management, presented by myself, Professor N. Venkateshwarlu from School of Engineering and Technology. So this lecture is for the MBA students, MBA in Operations Management as well as MBA in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Students can listen this lecture. So first of all, we have to understand about the supply chain management. So in that supply chain management, there are various players are involved in producing the products in time, and it has to be reached all the products has to reach it in time to the customers. So the different first, that's a system of supply chain management, supplying the raw materials, supplying the components, supplying the parts and supplying the finished goods to the customer is more important. So here we will more focus on customer, how the customer should be satisfied, what way we can find out the needs of the customer, what are the requirements of the customer. So accordingly the manufacturer has to produce, and if the requirements are different every time, so what way we have to mold our industry to satisfy the customers. So here we will mainly focus on the customer. That's why we are calling it as the customer focus in supply chain management. Supply chain can be viewed as the work of entities through which the material and information flows. So here what it says in the supply chain, the material will flow from the left side to right side, but information will flow from right side to left side in the supply chain network. So in the what way means from the information comes from the customer to the supplier up to supplier. So what actually customer needs, that is information, but the material will flow from left to right, from the supplier to the customer. So that is the products we have to according to the customer requirements, one has to produce and provide the materials in time. So that is the supply chain. So those entities may include suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, retailers and customers. So these are the players or entities you can call in the supply chain. So then effective streamlining of supply chain can improve the customer service levels, reduce excess inventory in the system and cut costs from the network of the organization. So effective streamlining, what it means? Effective streamlining the processes. Every process has to get the accurate information and everywhere, either from the supplier end and from the customer end. So everywhere we should get the information as well as the processes should be streamlined without any bottlenecks. Then only we can produce the materials in time and provide the materials to the customer in time. That is known as a effective streamlining. So that what happens, the company's performance, total supply chain performance will be improved, as well as total cost throughout the supply chain will be reduced, so that the material cost can be, the total product cost can be, we can minimize the cost of the product so that the customer will satisfy. So that is that in that way one has to satisfy the customers. Different strategies has to be developed while once we know the requirements of the customer, so that what way we can reduce the customer cost also. Once we get the every information, so what way we can reduce the cost and what way we can provide the materials in time. So these things will matter in this customer focused supply chain. Supply chain management competency contributes to an organization's success by providing customers with timely and accurate product delivery. So what is that competency? One has to develop the competency in supply chain. Whoever the player, he may be supplier, he may be manufacturer, he may be distributor or retailer or the end dealers, you can say that. Those who are selling the individual products to the different customers. So everyone should be a competitive way. One has to develop their procedures, their processes, so that total supply chain will be competent to provide the products according to the requirement of the customers. The customer is being serviced in the focal point and driving force in establishing supply chain management performance requirements. So what you can say that here, the performance requirement, how the performance of supply chain will be improved, so that everybody should have the perfect information, perfect plan, so that then only one can provide the performance of the each process will be improved, and overall performance of the supply chain will be improved. So that is one more customer driving point. It is very much important to clearly understand service deliverables when establishing supply chain management strategies. Whenever you are going to establish a different strategy, and that strategy should be customer focused. So if we develop one particular strategy, earlier we are working, suppose a strategy. So we want to move to B strategy. In that B strategy, what will be the customer requirements, and what way we can fulfill the requirements of the customers within time, with less cost, or with the good quality of material. So that in that way one has to design their strategies and according to the requirements of the customers, and the manufacturer has to flexible to change their manufacturing systems according to, sometimes what happens, the what we can say that we have got the forecasted demand, but sometimes they got more demand, the customers or the suppliers who got more demand from various suppliers or various customers, so that how one can produce those materials, what way we can accommodate those requirements. Actually our capacity is this much and we have planned only ABC items, but we have to produce E items more. So what way we can change our products, our processes. Those things one has to devise the strategies, and once we devise those strategies, we can achieve those targets without any problem. These are the different strategies. According to the customer requirement only one has to plan. Customer service. A customer focused strategy needs to accommodate and develop a combination of products and services that satisfies the customer. So whatever we are doing, the customer should be satisfied. Once we developed and produce the material, then what happens, that material may not be purchased by the customers. So instead of that, we have to satisfy the customer. So to satisfy, we should know the requirements of the customers. So that data one has to collect. That marketing people, they will collect the data continuously from the customers, so that they can provide those data to the manufacturers. So accordingly the manufacturers will be produced, so that materials will be sent to the customers in time. And one of the key factors for successful SCM is the availability of products and services to the customers when and where desired by them. So that is also one of the important aspect. When they want, where they want, that also to be thought and provided. And basic customer service is identified in terms of availability, performance and reliable. So availability means at any time that we have to provide the, suppose a customer has availability. Here we can see that availability is the capacity to offer inventory when demanded by the customer. So what way? So sometimes unwanted demand, unexpected demand. Unexpected demand comes from the various customers. Though how to fulfill those demand? So that is unexpected, but we have planned, suppose for example we can say that 50 products we have planned for next month, but unexpectedly in the when we are going to complete this month, so in the next month we have to produce that 50 parts extra, because that unexpectedly those came. So those demand came from different customers. So how to produce those extra 50 items that one has to design, and we have to produce those extra 50 items also. Otherwise, what happened, once a customer dissatisfies, he never comes to the same company again. So that is the main problem with the customers that one has to identify. So it is achieved by stocking. So availability means we have to keep the inventory, but keeping inventory means whatever you want to keep, that is not correct. So we have to keep the inventory minimum, and it should be fulfilled according to the unexpected demands one has to fulfill. So it is achieved by stocking adequate inventory in anticipating of demand from the customers. Inventory stocking plans take into consideration forecasted demand, sales popularity, importance of a product in the product line, and profitability and the value of the merchandise. So we have to, one has to means the regular customers, you can see. So for regular customers, one has to give more value, because the who is regularly coming, once you we have not provided, he will not come again. He will feel that, so these people are not giving interest on me, and they are not providing the products according to my requirement. So he can choose another suppliers, another product. Those who are, so for example, so here the safety stock is kept to take care of demand forecast error and any unanticipated operational problems. If any machine problems comes, if any unexpected problems comes, so unable to produce those materials, so the safety stock materials also be already produced materials can be provided to those customers. So these are the availability, means we have to keep the items according to the requirements of our customers, so that immediately we can provide our products from our inventory stock. So minimum inventory one has to keep everywhere. Then operational performance. Operational performance can be measured in terms of speed, consistency, flexibility, and recovery. The speed is the time taken for executing an order. With the development of IT, the lead time will continue to be shorter. Consistency is reflected by execution of large number of orders in expected delivery times. Organization's ability to respond to unexpected requests for unique customer service shows the flexibility. So what it says, operational performance. So one should be flexible enough to provide the products, or flexible enough to mold their manufacturing processes according to the unexpected demands. So that is operational efficiency. Or sometimes you can see that any demand came more, and the operator's absent is high here. So how to cooperate with that? So is there any possibility of producing with a less manpower? Is it possible or not? Or we can request other employees to come on that day to work. So like that, the performance, operational difficulties. So what way we can improve our performance is more important to provide the products to the customer in time. So this is the operational performance. Then comes to reliability. Reliability is the most important dimension of customer service quality. Customer confidence can be built by providing advanced, accurate information on the status of their orders rather than giving surprises. So what happened? Reliability is more important. Reliability of quality, reliability in time, reliability information one has to provide. For example, in the speed post, you can see that we are sending our materials to the students by speed post. So the students can track their material, where it is lying and how much time it takes, so that he feels happy. My material will come by this date, so that he feels happy. So that is the importance. So instead of that, we will sending the materials at a time without giving any information, but that will not give the satisfaction. So like any posting or any type of information, particular information one has to give, so that he will feel happy. The customers feel very happy. A customer-focused firm will do well to state the level of basic service commitment in terms of availability, operational performance, and reliability to all customers. So every company should be provide the materials or by keeping the materials available at any time, so that unexpected demands can be cleared, and the operational performance should be improved, so that then only one can produce the products according to the unexpected demands, and then it should be reliable. The information should be reliable, and the reliability should be improved, so that the customers will be satisfied, very highly satisfied or delighted. The reliability, the common interpretation for customer service are easy to do business with and sensitive to the customer needs. So one should be sensitive towards the customer needs. So if once we sensitive, so we can understand about the student problems. If student is our customer. So if we are not sensitive, a student joined, we are not, if we don't bother about the materials, don't bother about the assignments, don't bother about what happened, so students will feel unhappy. So that is one should be sensitive towards the customer, sensitive towards the students in terms of our education system. So mainly the education system, students wants the materials first, then the assignment submission, assignment grades updation, and then results, examinations and results. They want results in time. They want correct information. The results will come tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like that. That is not the perfect. So once we decided this date, means that date the results should come. If it is date is decided, for the assignment upgradation or grade card upgradation, so accordingly those dates will be given to the students, information to the students, and accordingly if we give correct information, then the students feel very happy, and they can inform to their friends, so that we can get more number of students. So like that, the satisfaction, the customer satisfaction is more important in the supply chain process. The customer service is a process providing significant value added benefits to the supply chain in the cost effective way. Excellent customer service performance is likely to add value for members of the supply chain. A customer service program needs to be evaluated of its performance through measures like goal attainment and relevance. So here the goal attainment is very much important. So our goal, so in this month, we have for a manufacturing, suppose a car manufacturing company. So suppose Tata Motors is producing varieties of products. Suppose they are all are cars only, but varieties will be there. It may be CNG vehicle, or suppose it is, and their names also different varieties. So how much of which product is more demand? Either Nexon is more demand or Punch is more demand. So that one has to see that if the demand in this month is this much per Punch, so next month we may expect it is 400, so next month it may be 500. So accordingly one has to produce. So it's not like that whatever you want to produce. So we have to produce. So by keeping inventory more also, we can a cost will be improved, so that the customer may not purchase, our inventory cost will be increased. So accordingly we have to achieve the goals. Goal attainment is very important, and ultimately the customer has to be served better. So then only the companies will go on running. So that is the importance of the reliability. Then comes to efficient consumer response. A study by A.T. Kearney estimated that supply chain costs represent more than 80% of the cost structure in the typical manufacturing company. For retailers, this is 70 to 80%. So total in the manufacturing company, it is total cost in the supply chain is 80%. So if it is 70 to 80% in the retail chain itself. These numbers indicate that even slight improvements in the supply chain processes can translate into millions of dollars on the bottom line. So what it says, so it is, if we improve any process in a little bit, improvement can improve in the profits. So that is the study says that, because in total in the supply chain process 80% of costs are incurred. So if we improve any process, the cost will be reduced. So that accordingly one has to improve their processes continuously, so that to satisfy the customers. Then what are the efficient consumer response critical success factors? Some of the critical success factors to achieve improvements are well-defined processes with well-defined guidelines for decision making. Any process, if any project is going under, so the decision should be taken perfectly. Otherwise, cost will be improved. We cannot achieve the target dates, or so that's why well-defined processes with well-defined guidelines for decision making, it is very much essential. Then removal of the organizational and functional barriers. So one should be, while practicing, one should know about the barriers occurs anywhere. So removal of organizational barriers and functional barriers should be, the barriers should be removed, so that the customer satisfaction can be improved. Early visibility to change in demand along the supply chain. So early visibility means we have to anticipate the demands. So otherwise, by getting the data from the marketing department, so one should analyze those data, so that we can able to understand. So what is our trend of our products, demand of our products, so that accordingly one can, it should be early. The manufacturer has to identify the demands before producing or before demand comes. If perfect forecasting is there, then there won't be any problem. So a single set of plan that drives the supply chain operations and integrates information across the supply chain. Then benefits of ECR practices, that is building relationship with the customers. So by maintaining better relationship, long-term relationship with the customers, the customers will satisfy. The customer satisfaction improves as customer gets what he wants, where he wants, how much he wants. So like that, the customer will satisfy when the manufacturers provide the correct information as well as correct products in time. That is how we will get. So maintaining the good relationship with all the customers. Then capturing data of the customers to fulfill their requirements. Here I will say that capturing the data. So I think you have observed the students. So wherever you are going to purchase anything, sometime nowadays it is IT era, everybody is asking about your mobile number as well as your email. So that, and sometimes they will provide the questionnaire also, which type of products you will buy, what means pants, shirts, like that. So the data one has to capture. So for example, I'll tell you my example only. So regularly I purchase every year. In the Dasara time I purchase one dress, and during my birthday time also I purchase a dress, but those 2 times in yearly. But I'll purchase from, regularly I'm purchasing from the Peter England. So what they do, they know about my purchasing idea, so that accordingly, so before Dasara comes, it is 1 month before, I used to get the messages as well as email. The new arrivals came, so you may purchase the products and we will give the discounts also. Like that, the capturing the data, one can give the information. So why? Because they know about the purchasing patterns of the particular person. So like that, so capturing database of customers to fulfill their requirements. This is also very, by maintaining good relationship, one can get the information. Then make use of such data to forecast future demand, and thereby achieving better customer service and less stockout situation. So how stockouts, if we maintain the relationship, so they know that even by knowing the data also, they know that this person will buy the product on this September and March, like that. So they keep on tracking us, is he purchasing or not. So like that, we can accordingly he will give the information, new products are came, so that you can come and purchase, and this much of discount is available. So like that the customers will be satisfied. Then inform customers of new arrivals through direct emails or by WhatsApp or like that. So these are the importance of the benefits of ECR practices. Then quick response practices. QRP will improve the following customer service expectations most efficiently and effectively. They get what they want, when they want it, and as much quantity as they need. So these are the important. By quick response means immediately we will give the response to the customers. They get it at the most competitive price. They achieve satisfaction. They achieve satisfaction or delight through the customer value addition. They feel good of having received attention. They feel happy being cared for. They enjoy being listened to and being served quickly. So the customers will be given importance, so that customer feel very happy. So Honda is having Honda's customer focus, that is Honda Motors. So Honda's demand driven philosophy allows it to flexibly match production to customer demand. Its flexible manufacturing systems allow it to rapidly change production to meet customer demand. Manufacturing plants can totally change their product mix in 24 hours if necessary to accommodate shifting demands. This is the flexibility the Honda company is having. The Honda targets an average transit time of less than 9 days from the assignments to delivery of vehicles, compared with an industry standard of 24 days. Here, see, Honda, because of maintaining, focusing on the customer, they can give the items within 2 days itself, instead of 24 days. That standard is 24 days, even though because of their customer focused industry. So with this, I'll students, if you have any doubts, you can ask the question through my WhatsApp, or you can email to me. So that is the importance of the customer. One has to satisfy the customers in time, what they want, how much they want, what quality they want. So that type of requirements one has to get the data about the customers and provide the products according to their customer requirements. With this, I conclude here. Thank you.